Once you get the hustle locked down, you can stockpile. Level up another notch now, like a stock now. Every time I take the top down, she arch her eyebrows. Turning up the music hot now, she feel alive now.
What's up, snipers? Today I'm looking at PayPal. As you can see the trend line, we broke up right here. We broke above the trend line, the main trend line. As you can see, we started to begin to make structure, bouncing off the 20-day moving average, above fighting, basically just fighting it the whole time. Then we bounced here, then we went under the trend line, tested the trend line again. Looks like we rejected off the 20-day moving average around this area, and then we proceeded to go down and respect the trend line for months. As you can see, we just been respecting the trend line, all down here. We just kept going down, making a new structure. We don't know how far down PayPal will be going. And then I drew some key resistance and support. So just say key levels. As you can see, my resistance is resistance because the candle is hugging right on that line right there, or top red line. You want to get the body of the candles. It bounced. I'm going to go down to my daily just so you can get a better picture of it. And I'm going to show you how I got my resistance and support levels. So I zoomed in more, and as you can see, we clearly was hitting that line and bouncing off of it. So what I do is I like to go back in time, or in this case ahead of time, to make sure that we just keep bouncing off of that line, that red line, which will be right here. See, it's pretty accurate. We bounced off of there. That big green candle, buyer stepped in. So now we're going to be looking for that to happen again around that 5740 area. That's what we're waiting to see. If we bounce again, or if sellers take over, that's a key level. And that white line that I drew right there, that short white trend line, is there because of structure. And retest that white line. That's what I would like to see us do, which is 5840. And if we reject off of that, we will see 5740. That is what I'm looking for. 5740 is that key area, because if we lose that, we can go all the way down to 5375. Yes, 5375 is where we can go if we lose that key area. And we just keep falling, and then come back up to test that trend line. Another thing we could look at is if we do claim 6215, which is our 20-day moving average, we can go up to about the 65-ish or 6450 area again before falling back down. Unless if we break that 20-day moving average, then that means that we are headed to, we are reversing actually. But yeah, as you can see, we're looking for possibly buyers to step in at the 5740 again, the 5740 area again, because that's where the liquidity is at. Buyers seem to love that area. That's a beautiful, what we call it, the demand zone right there. The 5740 buyers could show up again. As of now, it looks like sellers in control. We're in a nice selling channel. And I'm going to show you what a selling channel is. It's all about structure. So we're using our trend lines and stuff like that. But first, let me show you how I got the another resistance area, which would be about 6180. We could say 62, 6180, 62 area. Right below the 20-day moving average will be our resistance, since we're below that. Make that yellow. As you can see, just in case we bounce off this key level, this 5740 area, and go up to try to retest the 20-day moving average again. Let me zoom out so you can get a better picture of how we bouncing off of these levels, so just so you can see that these levels are pretty accurate. Right here. Now we got our 4 levels. I'm gonna draw in case we lose the 53.75. Remember, candles bounce off of candles. So I'm looking at the first area where we could potentially bounce, which would be about 52.25 area should be pretty accurate. And let's just remember, double check. You want to go in the past or whatnot. Check in front of you if you can. In this case, I would be, just to make sure it's a good area. Yeah, as you can see, we were rejecting and bouncing off of our new line that we drew. Now I'm gonna delete all my lines just so we could break down a selling channel. What a selling channel is. So you just like putting puzzles together. You just want to connect the structure with the structure. That's it. That's exactly what it is. So I use my extended. I'm just trying to connect structure with structure. It always connects, as you can see right here. Look at that. That's how I got this trend line. I'm going to draw the bottom where we could potentially bounce. So this is like looks like what would we call it? A falling wedge, you could say. A huge falling wedge. Meaning, so we're in the selling channel, and then we're going to be looking out for that possibly bottom of the selling channel, but we're not going to front run it. We'll have clear signs showing it. About the 52 area right here, we could bounce clearly. We should possibly bounce and then go up and test that 58 area. It will be about, just about 58 to 59 area before coming down to the 50. And if we don't bounce off the 50, then, PayPal is going. It's going to drop fast. Now here, I'm going to show you PLTR and why I think it could possibly head to $8. So this is a clear head and shoulders. If you can see it, huge head and shoulders right here. Got the top and we got our shoulders here. And this is on the daily. So that's how you know if a pattern is clear. You want to see it on every time frame. Your weekly, your daily, your 4 hour, your 1 hour, all at every time frame you use. Head and shoulders right here, this area where I have the blue cursor at. This is a better picture of the head and shoulders. And we might go back up to 15, 14. Well, if not, it's over. Because this is, I'm going to measure. You want to measure the top of the candle to the neckline. And when we break the neckline, we want to take the neckline to the top of the head and shoulders and place at the neckline to see where we could possibly fall, if that makes sense. As you can see what I just did with that white trend line that I just made. I just took that from the top of the head and shoulders and placed it on the neckline and down. So we should fall to about 775. And so that key area, 1390, about the 14 area, 1390. If we lose that, that will confirm our head and shoulders, and we could see $7.75 or $8. And I'm going to draw some lines just to show you where potential bounces can be. Like this 1020 area, we could potentially bounce here. And remember, you want to go in the past to make sure you see how we bounced there. So just making sure that our line is legit. So that's where we could potentially bounce as well, 1020 area before we know if we're going to 70, 75 or not. Then you see we rejected here, so that's a clear key level as well. Here's another one. Remember, candles bounce off of candles, so 840 will be another level where we could potentially bounce at 840. Remember, if we lose 1390, we can come all the way down here. And I'm giving y'all the levels for free. I'll never charge y'all, so you could see we could potentially bounce here because candles bounce off of candles. You want flat areas and just lay it right where the most candles is at. And then boom, as you can see, that last spot line that I got is exactly where our head and shoulders could play out potentially. 775, 780 area for PLTR. Remember, our key level is 1390. If we don't bounce off of here, the 1390 area, we could potentially fall to 1020 and then $7.80 if our head and shoulders plays out. And then I'm just going to show you, we were in the selling channel right here. See, this is the selling channel, meaning we just kept going down as we was in the channel. Sellers just controlled the area. We just kept falling down. We're bouncing off of our key level, 1390, and then consolidating, swinging sideways. See right here, we broke out of that selling channel, and now we're currently just swinging sideways now. So now we want to see a new channel develop after, just like this one right here. We want to see a new channel. You see it's on every time frame. That's the weekly, so you know it's legit. It's on the weekly, daily, it's on all the big and small ones. So this has a big chance of playing out right here. 1390 is that key area that buyers have to protect. Our 50 is at the $12.40 area. See, we've just been bouncing off this key level for a while now. It's been bouncing. So we'll know if sellers in control if we lose that area. Very important. And here is our selling channel right here. Remember, you want to match structure with structure. So this area right there. And we want our top trend line for our channel. I'm using the extended. It's way more easier to use. It's quick. When you zoom in, don't be afraid to zoom in and zoom out, just to make sure your levels is as accurate as possible. You won't always be perfect though, so don't get too deep into it, but yeah, you get the point. So we could possibly go up and retest that 1480 area if we bounce off of 1390 again. We're fighting our AV WAP right now. We're under it, $14.15. If we could recapture that, we can go up to that 1480 area, trying to retest that 1518, which is our 20-day moving average. So if we reject anywhere off those areas, 1480 to 1520, we could come back down and test that 1390 area again. Or we could just simply just go down, reject off the AV WAP at 1415 and confirm that head and shoulders. Here's the hourly. Here's the 4-hour. See, it's on every time frame. You can see how we fell right in that channel. Right back in that we just started that selling channel. So now we're looking for that. That could be about 1450 as well. We'll just say 1450 to 1520. It's the 30-minute. See, it's on there as well. It's on the 15-minute. If this plays out, we could very well see that $7.75. It's the 1 minute. Well, it's the 4 hour, sorry. Nice head and shoulders. The reason why I'm using this stock is because, first, let me draw a line. You see, that's the first structure that I seen when I came here. I look like, this is a flat area right here. Multiple candles is here. A ball could drop and bounce flushly off that level right there. So I'm going to put my horizontal line there. And that could be a support area. You see, our 20-day moving average is right there, 33.45. So I'm going to be looking for us to bounce off of 33.30 area, or bounce off the 20-day 33.45 area and go back up, because it looks like we always respected this horizontal line. Well, not always, but for a long time we've been respecting this horizontal line. So this would be a good area for us to get in and I'm going to draw support and resistant areas to watch out for. The 34.40 area. See that we already resisted there on Friday. This is a good stock because they threatened us with the government shutdown and with everything. The KHC is craft. They deal with food. So food is always something that we need. So this is a good stock when the market's going down, not to really go up and gain crazy gains, but just to not lose any profit, but slowly gain, slowly gain some profits here. You could do long options on this, or you could just buy some shares. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, so you could do options or shares for this. If we bounce off that 33.30 area and just go up. So they do pay dividends as well. I'm going to post and show you their ATR, how much their average true range, how much they move in a 14-day span. So 37.80 is a good area as well. So if we bounce off of 33.45, the 20-day moving average, or 33.30, our support, we could see 34, or we could see 35. We'll just put that. That's a clean structure right there. We'll put 35, our yellow line. We see 35. And if we capture 35, remember we want to wait for the breaks and retest off of all these levels, we could see 36, about 36.45 area. And if we could capture that, then we could see 37.80. Just want to look for all these levels. So you could use these for options, or you could do shares, just so you can see. Remember that 33.30 is a key level that we always, not always, but that we've been bouncing off of for a while, for a long time now. This is the selling channel that we're in. And as you can see, we broke out that selling channel, which is good. That's good for us. It's very good. While the market's going down, this is a good stock for us to get into. You can see that 20-day moving average moving beautifully down that trend line too. Let's put my other line, because this is where we could bounce or reject, because structure, y'all. Remember structure. Candles bounce off of candles. We ended the day at 34.16. Make this line blue. So I'm looking for us to potentially bounce off of about the 34 area. If we bounce off the 34 area, then we can go and we might not even test that 20-day moving average, 33.45, if there's buyers here. If there's not and we lose that blue line, we can come up and possibly reject off of it, the 34 area, and fall back into the selling channel. That's what we don't want to see. But we just want to make sure we play both ways, just in case the market doesn't go the way we want it to. But this is a great stock to have when the market's going down. We always need food, always. There's the selling channel right here. Just kept rejecting off that 20 and just going down that selling channel smoothly. Now we're going to be going just to look at SPY real quick before I end the video. I wasn't even going to do SPY, but since I'm in my groove, might as well just do it real quick. This is what I'm looking for, y'all. This is the 1 minute. I use the 1 minute for structure. All these lines might confuse y'all, but it's not confusing. As you can see, the red lines going down is my selling channel right here. This is what the 1 minute I use for structure, y'all. It's my selling channel. You see, we bounce off of structure. Structure. So now what I'm going to be looking for is for us to test that we could either bounce off that white line I have right there going across diagonally, the up top area, or we could go up and retest 32, which would be the top of our selling channel area, and possibly reject and keep going down. So we want to pay attention to 32 area or possibly reject off of this white line right here, which is our structure, about the 3150 area. So pay attention to 3150 to 32 area, because if we reject off that area, then we could see 428.40 area, and then we could see our 425 area if we lose that. We want to wait for the retest of 432 or 431.50. Then we could possibly fall down. Structure. That's why you see all these lines supporting resistance and structure.
Stuck in the ground, I'm stuck in the ground. Look me in my eyes.